Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great week so far. We are well on our way through week two, with week three coming up pretty soon. So I just wanted to do a little check-in, see how everyone's doing, and comment on the great job y'all did on your color posts, your color quiz posts. It was really great to get to know you a little bit better by reading about your colors and how it sort of relates to your personality traits and interests and your management theory as well. So a lot of you were like me, in which you found that there's no real one management theory that kind of jumps out at you. And I think that's completely normal, especially if you're new to management or you haven't had a management position before. You have to kind of find your footing and see what works best for you. Um, Corey and Taylor, and a lot of you actually mentioned that there's really not one right or wrong way. And so the contingency theory or the composite approach seems to resonate with a lot of us because you often have to, as a manager, sort of mold your reactions or adjust the way you go about something based on a specific context. And I did really like that several of you mentioned the importance of compassion and kindness as a manager. And that goes to not just your team that you manage or that you lead, but also your patrons in the library as well. So I think that's really important. That's something that definitely stands out to me, that without empathy, it's really hard to do our jobs. And I will tell you that I think sort of looking at the theory of management and the different types and strategies is really helpful to add to the practicality of being in the job as a manager. So I took a management class in library school as well, and I don't really remember much from it. I know I learned about some theories, but it didn't really stick with me. And so part of the goal of this course is to help you get some practical skills as well, that you can ground with theory and research. So you're going to be doing some readings and looking at some scholarship, but you're also going to be doing a lot of practical strategies that managers and leaders have to deal with. And so how does that all fit together? I've certainly found as a manager in a library setting that having some theory to go back to, especially when it comes to like organizational theory and management of behavior, it's really helpful to have that. So I think a good blend, and I'm hopeful some of you address that in the comments for week one. So I'm hopeful that you'll find that you're going to get that in this course. I also wanted to say thank you for all of you that were jumping in on the just general discussion posts for week one as well. Definitely keep that up. We're going to have those general boards open for every week for each module that we go through. So that's a really good way to extend the conversation and learn from one another, share some things that maybe aren't necessarily super related to an assignment or a project that we're doing, but that still have to do with the coursework or the lecture material for that week. And that's also a good spot where you can ask me if you have any questions. Especially like this week as you're getting started on those case study analyses, the Harbor case, which is due at the end of week 3, so February 9th. If you have any questions about that or just some reflections on the assignment or the case study, please go ahead and put those in the discussion board. That would be fabulous. And then I'll be opening up week 3 pretty soon, the next couple of days. Week 3, we're moving on to legal issues. There's a fair amount of content to cover, so I'm going to post an introductory video for you to introduce you to the week, just so you can get a sense of what to expect and what you're going to need to work through. So if you have any other questions in the meantime, oh, and I made myself a note also to thank Tyler for sharing the Dilbert cartoon. The more like cartoons and GIFs and memes and everything that you guys want to share related to management and leadership, please do, because I think it makes it more fun and interesting. You've probably noticed some of my lecture notes already. I feel like you can't have a management slide show without Michael Scott from The Office. So, but yeah, okay, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out via email or on the discussion forums. And I hope you have a great end to your week, and I'll talk to you all soon.